Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Last Bytes channel. As you probably know, expansion 3 for the Age of Wonders 4 game was released yesterday, and we already got our first DLC. Despite the large DLC Throne of Blood coming later this year on November 18th, we already have a lot of info about it from trailer and hints from developers. And we actually have a few screenshots that I'm gonna show you today. But first thing first, let's start with content that's already been released. So, when you buy Expansion Pass 3, you get a first DLC that's called Cosmic Wanderer. Usually with expansion passes and Age of Wonders 4, when you buy an expansion pass, the first DLC usually comes with cosmetics only. Here, again, we got a lot of cosmetic, but at the same time, the DLC brings us a few changes to actually gameplay. So what it does? It brings us a new ability infusion that's called Cosmic Risk and new society trait Empire of the Cosmos. Empire of the Cosmos society trait is already available in the game if you buy an expansion pass 3. And it's actually a really cool one. So it has 3 effects, and it allows you to cheat affinity requirements. So when we have a rainbow build and we have one of each affinity, we get 20 flat mana, and we can pick any tier 3 tomes with no affinity requirements. As you know, right now to pick a tier 3 tome, you need to have at least 4 affinity of the specific affinity that tome belongs to. In case it's the dual affinity, it actually makes a sum of 2 affinities. And if you have a rainbow build with different affinities, with all of them exactly, we get economic perk and we get no requirements on tier 3 tome, which is good. But next one is even better. Okay, if we have 2 affinities of each, we get 20 flat knowledge. On this stage of a game, it's a good boost, nothing broken, so I don't think this trait is gonna be like banned in multiplayer, because those economic numbers, they feel like in line with the rest of the game. And the good thing I like about it, it's tier 4 tomes have no affinity requirements. It doesn't affect our dual tomes, because for dual tomes we usually can combine a few affinities together, and if we have 2 of them, so probably you have enough. By the way, for tier 4 tome you need 6 affinities of specific one. But for mono affinity tomes, it's actually going to be huge. It brings variety to the game, so we can pick affinity tomes that we don't have enough affinity. And finally, I will be able to play my build with Astral Mirror tome and Mirror Whale enchantment. So my idea was to go like full melee build and pick reflect damage. By the way, reflect damage was recently buffed. Now it's pure damage. It reflects in pure damage to the attacker. It's not reduced by resistances. But the issue with this tome was you need 6 astral affinity, which is kind of hard to get, and you need to have a specific tome built for that. But right now, like monotomes, Tome of Astral Mirror, which are also good chaos tomes, I like chaos channeling. They're also going to be playable without requirements on affinities. So this is interesting. We will definitely get more versatile builds with this perk. And the last one actually brings a very good economic buff, plus 20 Imperium flat per turn, which is strong. And tier 5 tomes have no affinity requirements. By the way, to get 3 of each affinities, currently we have 5 affinities in game, and 3 of each affinity, you're gonna have 15 affinities. It's kind of late game already. So 20 Imperium is gonna be huge, of course, economic buff, which is good. Tier 5 tome have no affinity requirements. Not so powerful, but can be played with tier 5 nature tome when you need that juicy enchantment, or can be played with tier 5 astral tome again for cosmic overdrive. And one more thing I like about this society trait, it gives us starting unit. Why is it good? First of all, we have economic buff, which can be activated from a first storm. We only need 5 affinities, and bare bones we start with 6 affinities at the beginning of the game, With dragon, it's going to be 7. With dragon and destiny of nature or destiny of any other, it's going to be 8 affinities at the beginning. So bare bones, we can start with plus 20 mana flat, and that's a lot. And we have starting bonus, an extra unit to our army, which means, because this perk gives us an extra unit, next one we can pick whatever we want. We can pick one more economic perk. So I believe that this perk has a potential for multiplayer games. Okay. Alongside with this DLC, we get a free balance patch update. It's not a large one, but it addresses key points, which you're gonna look now. So first of all, updated the Nakama SDK, improve stability and performance of the multiplayer lobby. Didn't check it yet by myself, but we kinda needed extra stability in multiplayer. So let's see how it goes. Item Forge. Doesn't look like much, but cosmic damage channel fusion. I made a few tests and let's see. So as you see, I applied this cosmic damage on my orb, and it has damage 7 repeating attack plus 3 damage per item tier. It's maximum tier for a weapon, 21 damage. At the same time, if we apply a different damage infusion, which is Death Bolt, it gives plus 2 damage per tier. And at the end, we will have 18 damage. So with cosmic infusion, we get 21 damage at the highest tier. Yes, it has a bit higher requirement to astral dew, but at the end we can have a higher orb output damage on higher tier weapon. So a small buff to our mage heroes. On the other hand, I believe it might be a bug, or maybe it was intended. It's still plus 3 damage on staves. Even staves should have this multiplier doubled. Instead of plus 3, it should be plus 6. So in our case, Death gives plus 4, and total damage output is gonna be 28. But Cosmic Enchantment still gives plus 3 instead of plus 6, and damage output is gonna be 24. So it might be a bug, it might be intentional, but don't apply Cosmic Enchantment on staves, apply it only on orbs. This one was done that you can buy Ancient Wonders even if Magic Victory is disabled in settings. It requires for some quests. So good change. Okay, this one is actually funny. So culture, city, province improvements are now removed when migrating cities between cultures. Before, what you could do, you could capture a high culture city, had the sun shrine, migrated to your city, and you had sun shrine too. So it was giving you free research. Right now, when you migrate it, cultural SPIs will be removed. I believe it's a good change. It removes a lot of randomness from a game. Okay, here we have crashes, art interfaces, tutorials, and units. Finally, this actually was a bug I created on a forum. It was confirmed, and finally they fixed it. How it worked before. When you have a warlock on that titan and you summon zombies or skellies, they will use a host race. So whoever hosts the lobby, the race of this host you get on your summons. It was okay, but you know, when you summon your zombies and their race units, you wanna get like your race with your racial transformations. And now we can do that. So currently, this bug has been fixed and we can play with undead titan skelly spam. I'm really excited about this change. Fix an issue where Titans right with Atonement would be able to turn hero into light spirit. Never seen it. Celestial Titan, I played it with it. It's kinda bad, so do not recommend this unit at all. And here a few fixes. Talent collectors were fixed on the ground. So I've seen players complain on Discord servers that when you pick talented collectors and on the ground, you kind of ruin yourself again. But right now it seems like it's been fixed. And this is a free update, so everyone can enjoy it. One more thing I forgot to mention with when you buy a package. So you actually get a new ability infusion that's called Cosmic Rescue. You can apply it on a staff or on a wand. It works on both. What it does, it has 2 turn cooldown. Finally, I like when you have cooldown on items and it's not just one per battle. it heals target-friendly unit for 10 temporary hit points and teleported to an adjacent space. And it's 1, cost 1, and leave 1. So what it allows us to do? It allows us to go in melee with our melee hero, preferably Lance, because it's 1 action point. Teleport someone with 3 action points and 3 attacks next to us. And this unit, who we teleported, can use his 3 attacks on a target without like moving. So it feels very strong, and especially because it can be applied on one. And because of that, we use this ability and we still can do our action. So we can attack with our lens. Yeah, requires astral gel. I'm kind of sad that it requires a liquid material. Liquid materials are like overpowered in the game, and giving more, like attaching more cool infusions to liquids, it's not a good thing for balance, because liquid becomes even more powerful now. But it's a good enchantment to have. It's actually a fun one, and we might finally get strong units with three attacks, so we can like perform those attacks. I like this one. I will be using it in my games. Let's move to the very exciting part of this DLC, vampires. So vampires will get on November 18, but we already have a lot of info, and we can do like a few speculations about that. So with vampire DLC, we have things confirmed. We're getting a new ruler vampire. We're getting 3 new tomes, tier 1, tier 3, and tier 4 one. And we're getting new units. Probably many of you know, when we get a new expansion pass release, we get a few polls before the DLCs too. So this one wasn't an exclusion. And usually when we get those polls, devs give us hints what we're gonna have like in the upcoming DLC. So this specific question was actually about a new vampire ruler. So as you see, we have 3 options: turn him into a vampire, let him die, and drain him dry. So turn him into a vampire, it actually reflects to the specific vampire ruler ability when we can transform recruited heroes into vampire servants who share the experience with you. So on the other side, we can drain him dry, severing his final strength. Drain him dry, I believe, was a reference to share their experience with you part. I hope the share the experience part will be like not that your hero gets 75% experience and your ruler gets the rest of 25. Because your ruler, usually the first hero in the game, it already has the highest level, and you don't want to drain experience from your heroes. So I hope it's gonna be like your hero gets 100% experience, but like 10% of extra experience goes to your ruler. In that case, it will be okay. Otherwise, we will have like the ruler that's already high level, and we have under-leveled heroes, which is kinda harsh, to be honest. Let him die, forgotten among the fallen. That part I'm not sure how to interpret that. I believe this is I believe Vampire Key's ability will have 2 options. First one to have vampire hero, and the other one will be to kill him. Currently, we don't have any options to kill heroes, only like to charge them into battle and suicide them. That might be an option. Like with vampires, we can kill our heroes. Probably the most exciting thing in the upcoming vampire DLC for me is gonna be rework of dark culture. Currently, dark culture in multiplayer, it's not really playable. It's very weak. It does not have a good economy. It does not have good units, so it doesn't bring anything to the competitive multiplayer. And looks like devs heard that, and with vampire DLC, they're providing a free rework of dark culture with huge thanks to them. So as a result, we are getting 3 dark subcultures. This poll actually relates to that. I'm almost 100% sure that this poll relates to new subcultures for dark that are upcoming. And from their teaser video, I actually managed to capture a few screenshots of new tier 3 units we are getting. So let's look into them. I call it this pure subculture. As you see, we have our old tier 1 Dark Warrior, we have our tier 2 Warlock, tier 1 Archer unit, and tier 2 Pikeman unit. So, as we know, with subcultures, usually tier 1, tier 2 units among across subcultures are the same, and tier 3 unit is unique. So, Dark is not gonna be different from that. Behind that, we can see a Scout, and this one is gonna be tier 3 unit. With a few rotations, we can notice that he's holding like some kind of a dagger and probably nothing in this hand. So I believe this dark subculture is gonna be some kind of assassin guys within like their specific tier 3 assassin unit. One more thing to notice, this subculture actually does not have any mounted unit except a scout. So which is again kinda new to the game. Probably there are gonna be optional mount, for example, tier 1 archer from dark culture is usually optional mount, so when we pick a mount option, we will get a mount. And maybe this guy gets a mount too, but wielding a dagger and being like an assassin style, maybe not. Other one, dark 2 subculture. Actually, that was a funny moment. You see all the units are looking like on us, but this unit is standing behind us. I think this made it especially like for us to guess. Like, it was a funny moment. So, what I noticed about this guy, it's a new subculture because this guy does not have a dagger, like any kind of sword, and he's using fists. And actually, I managed to catch a better screenshot in the combat. Yeah, here I believe is a similar one, and here goes the combat. And we can actually see this unit. Somehow he's wearing like is it gonna be like a new East unit, like a monk, but tier 3 one? Because this unit, like with those things, is definitely a unit from this image. You see, it has the same like hand wrapper around him. So this is definitely a tier 3 unit, but it looks so small, so comparing even to tier 2, it's a bit smaller than them. So my guess is gonna be a general warrior, and it's gonna use fists like a monk. I don't know what's gonna be special ability now, because I believe assassin is gonna be previous guy, but this guy, like, let's guess in comment what this guy is supposed to do. One more thing we can capture from this screenshot. Like, okay, probably you notice this new tier 4 unit coming in a tier 3 tom. It's gonna wield rapier, and don't know how this thing is called. We'll talk about him later. And one more thingy, this is a hero. And you see what it's wielding? It's wielding a dagger. So we're getting a new weapon style for our heroes. Probably it's gonna be one-handed, it's my guess. But it might be one-handed that disable a second weapon, so you won't be able to wear a dagger and a shield. In that case, it should have like some special ability on that. So, don't know what's gonna be. My guess is just a cosmetic change for one-handed swords. But if we are getting a new weapon like a dagger, and it's gonna be different, I will be pretty happy about that. Like an assassin style character, yeah, give me like a few of them. All right, this again was captured from their video. It's about this new tier 4 unit, which actually has a really like sexy model. And why I wanted to show you, it sells full transformation. Probably when we do a blood kiss with our vampire lord, we apply a major transformation on our heroes. So my guess, vampire transformation is gonna be like a major transformation, and it won't be like you can't like major transformations can't be put together. The only exclusion is scalies. Scalies are undead, but you can make them naga, for example, naga undead. It will be fun if vampires. It's an exclusion too from the rule, so you can have like dragon vampires or again naga vampires, celestial vampires. Gonna be weird probably. But probably my guess full transformation here is gonna be that vampire is a major transformation and you can't apply more transformations to them. With the vampire DLC, we are getting 3 new tomes, tier 1, tier 3, and tier 4. And we have actually a lot of info on first 2 tomes. So tier 1 tome is gonna be Shadow plus Chaos Affinities. Oh, finally. I don't think we have this combination in game currently, so it's gonna be like a good progress. So it brings us a new unit, Blood Cultist. That's actually a battle mage. It's a racial unit, as you can see. Has a normal attack 12 and 2 abilities. I don't think it's gonna be bounded. I don't think it's gonna be mounted. As well, we have a few rights. Actually, sadly, we don't have enough info what they do. But I believe Sanguine Focus is gonna be an enchantment for units. And Sanguine Blood Drinking Blaze is gonna be an enchantment for melee units. Other tome we are getting is Tome of Torment. It's a tier 3 tome. It brings us, again, enchantment for projectiles. Enchantment for projectiles means maybe we can finally have an archer build. If it works only on archers. I hope it doesn't work on skirmishers. Skirmishers get a lot already. And the most exciting thing, what we're getting here, it's a new unit, Painbringer. Why it's excited? Why I'm so excited about it? So first of all, it's a Mythic unit, which is not actually good. Mythic units do not get any enchantments. I mean, do not get most of the enchantments. And they're not racial. But this one seems to be an exclusion from a rule. It's a Mythic unit, and at the same time, it's a racial unit. So probably, guys, it's gonna be first unit that's gonna combine those two attacks together, Mythic and racial. This unit already has a flanker ability, which increases his damage on flank attacks. And at the same time, because it's a racial unit, we can pick a sneaky perk, which increases damage on flanking attacks even more. So gonna be good synergy. So keep in mind, this screenshot probably was done by developers from a dev branch, and things might be changed. But I'm very hyped to see a Mythic unit that at the same time it's a racial unit. And looking by the shape of this unit, like it looks like a lady, and why she can't be racial? So looks like we have a good chance to get a Mythic racial unit. What else it means? This unit, because it's racial, it will get our race forms we choose from here. It's like sneaky and strong, for example. And at the same time, it will get our major transformation and minor transformations, which is, again, it's something new on Mythic units. So I'm very hyped. And it's a tier 3 tome, so it means we can start getting this unit quite early. So guys, this unit is gonna be like amazing. About tier 5 tome of Crimson, new tier 4 tome of Crimson Rain, we don't know much. But we have a few screenshots of unit we will be getting from that. So this is a new tier 5 unit. As you can see, it's a Mythic unit, and at the same time, it's Magic Origin unit. So judging by vulnerabilities and resistances, it's gonna be undead. And we have Life Drinker passive, undead Heartless. Life Drinker passive, probably we're gonna be able to heal in combat from hitting on enemies. And as I got from a video, let me show you this one. This unit, tier 5, is gonna be able to attack in... Oh yeah, you see? Looks like it can attack 3 tiles around him. Yeah, and actually this one is tier 4 unit. It has a pretty cool animation too. And as you can see, with a whip, it can attack like 2 tiles in front. So it's gonna have an AoE attack. And this one is gonna have a con attack. Don't know what those abilities do. Parasitic Cliff. Probably we apply on zombies and we do a cliff attack. So interesting unit to have. We have a better screenshot of this guy. So I have 2 options. This guy might be coming from a new tier 4 tome, or it can be coming from a vampire ruler. As you can see, vampire rulers have an ability, or it's called blood keys. We can transform into vampire servants, and at the same time, we have a special castle without wizard tower, but with vampire castle, and we can harness trolls to resource your most devastating ritual spells. So this unit might be a part of new tier Fortum, or might be a part of those trolls abilities. Like, for example, this army might be like a random stack you can summon like as a vampire. So this is a tier 4 shock unit. Looks like a normal knight. Stats are a bit low. By the way, it's an undead and it's a scalia. I'm pretty sure it's a dev build and those things will be changed. First of all, it's a knight. Knights by default have 48 movement speed. If it's an optional cavalry unit, it has 40 speed. If it's a melee, if it's a like walking unit, it has 32. So this one is definitely a cavalry unit, not, and we can see a title, so it will have 48. So this screenshot is probably outdated. One more thing we can notice, it's his upkeep. Normal tier 4 unit costs 40 gold and 3 Imperium. But here we have 2 gold and 3 mana on top. It means this unit has an enchantment on him. And my guess here, we have 2 options. One is the Mantle of the Blood Noble, and other one is Razor Thorns. Mantle of the Blood Noble probably gives him a cape, a cool one, and Razor Thorns gives him those roses. Again, I have 2 options here, and let me show you why. This is one more screenshot. Let me make it fully. We have our new tier 5 unit here on this side, our new scalies. And if we move closer, we can see those are blood knights. I'm not sure, but I think here is a rose. And here we have a rose. So probably rose, Razor Thorns is gonna be, and roses is gonna be his default passive. And Mantle of the Blood Noble is gonna be his enchantment we have. Because on this screenshot, we also have a mantle. So it's one of 2. But it's definitely an enchantment because upkeep is a bit weird one. Why did I say that Razor Thorns probably not an enchantment or a transformation? Because we have it on Scalies too here, and there is an ability, it's called Raise Thorn Skeletons. So my guess is Thorn Skeleton is just a different unit, and actually I saw it on a video. Let's look at it together. Yeah, this one. As you see, it's a skeleton, definitely a skeleton, and it has a Sanguine Bolt ability. A Sanguine Bolt ability is a new one. Currently, I took screenshots of our skeletons, so they don't have it. I hope Razor Thorns can be applied on our units, so we can finally make a full Thorns build. Combining Razor Thorns plus Mirror Veil is gonna be huge Thorn damage. I hope it's gonna work, so I'm very hyped about this unit and this transformation enchantment. I believe this unit and those type of skeletons will have this enchantment by default. And do not spend upkeep for that. But at the same time, on the screenshot, something is eating 2 gold and 3 mana. So 2 gold and 3 mana, it's a price for a high tier enchantment. Could be Mantle of the Blood Noble enchantment, or could be Razor Thorns. So we have a place to speculate there. As well, we get a new unit, it's Swarm of Bats. Reminds me of Total War Warhammer. And I'm curious again about this one. Looks like a bat unit, tier 2 archer one. So gonna be cool. There is actually one hint from developers that I didn't manage to crack. It's a first poll they created for this upcoming Season Pass 3. The battlefield lies silent beneath a starless sky. Age drift across the corpse of fallen knights and broken banners. The war is over, but victory tastes hollow. The rise from carnage, cloak heavily with blood. What do you do? Search among the dead, but survivors leave this place and stride into the night. So this looks like a hint for vampires, but what this hint is for? So guys, please let me know in the comment what do you think they tried to tease there. Thank you for watching and see you. Bye bye.